Brown sugar is a kind of sugar, but it is brown. It's really soft and you can squish it if you want to. Say, if you want to make gingerbread cookies, you may want to put some brown sugar in it instead of regular sugar, because it won't dye your cookies white and it will taste much better. If you buy a whole bag of brown sugar, then it will maybe be $4.95.
Come on into Belle's Dry Goods Store and get amazing hats and caps. Caps are only $1.25 to $1.95, and for nice fancy caps and hats, it's only $1.95 to $2.95. They're 50% off. Plus, buy one, get one free. Only at Belle's Dry Goods Store, located at 6th and 13th in Burnaby.
Many years ago, there were 3 travelers who arrived in a small village. Their names was Ivan, Benny, and Mayolka. They were tired and hungry because they had traveled for many, many days. They were happy when they saw the village, and they only thought about eating and resting from their long walk.
My dear friend, I'm sure that the people in town will share their food with us if we tell them how much we have walked.
I feel so good now that we are here, but I'm so hungry that I feel like I have a hole in my stomach.
Ivan knocked at the door.
We are free travelers. We are on our way home. Would you like to share your food with us, kind woman?
Food? No, I can't. I have nothing to share with you.
Thank you.
Ivan knocked at another door.
Good afternoon.
What do you want?
We would like something to eat. We are travelers from on our way home. We have walked a long distance and we are very hungry.
I have nothing to give you.
Ivan knocked at another door, but he received the same answer. Nobody opened the door to give him some food.
These people are so selfish. They do not like to share with others.
Let's give them a lesson. We'll teach them how to cook a stone soup.
That's a good idea!
Some villagers were looking through their windows, waiting for them to leave the village.
What are they waiting for? They should leave.
We don't want strangers in our town.
Meanwhile, the 3 strangers put a fire in the middle of the street. Then they took a big iron pot they found somewhere.
Let's go to the river to get some water.
Yes, and don't forget to bring some stones for the soup. But choose the best, round and tasty.
Later, Benny and Mayolka came with the stones and put them inside the pot. Plop.
Plop, 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 plop.
This soup will taste good.
The people from the town who were watching them all the time came out from their houses and went near the fire.
What are they doing? Oh, we are making stone soup. Stone soup? I never heard of that kind of soup.
You have never tasted the stone soup? Then join us to have dinner so you can taste it. Friends, today we have a special guest for dinner. We should put more stones to the soup.
Very well. Excuse me, kind man. Do you have a spoon? We need it to make the soup. Yes, let me go get it.
You are very generous.
You are very generous.
Then a woman went near to see what was happening.
What are you doing?
We are making stone soup.
And did you take the stones from our river?
Yes, we did. The soup smells good. And the soup smells good.
I don't smell anything, but to tell you the truth, I am very hungry.
Then the man with the spoon came back. He also brought a plate. Benny tasted the soup and said,
This tastes delicious.
I have an onion at home. Let me go get it. Very good. The soup will taste better. And also, bring your plate and have dinner with us.
The woman left running and soon came back with some onions. After a while, Benny tasted the soup.
It tastes delicious. I think we also need some carrots.
Another man that was also in the crowd watching said,
I will bring some carrots.
Then the man came with the carrots. Benny put the carrots in the pot and tasted again. Plop.
Plop, 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 plop. The soup is getting better.
Another woman that was in the crowd said,
I have some potatoes. I'll be back in a minute.
When the woman came back, Benny put the potatoes inside the pot. Plop.
Plop.
No, that's too many potatoes. The soup will not taste good.
We can fix it. How about if we add in some meat?
Another man that was in the crowd said,
I have some meat at home. I will go and get it.
Then the man brought the meat and Ivan put it inside the pot. Plop.
Plop.
While the soup was cooking, some people from the village asked the three travelers if everybody could cook the stone soup.
Sure, it only needs some water, stones, and a bit of hunger.
After a while, the soup started to smell really delicious.
The stones in your village are so delicious. This soup will taste really good. Bring your plates so then we can all share the soup.
And everybody in the village enjoyed a wonderful dinner while Ivan, Benny, and Myolka talked about their journey and about all the places they had visited. The end. Author unknown.
The chair can transform into a ladder. It's helpful for lazy people, and it's a great invention. You don't have to get a ladder.
Neighbor, baking powder. Best baking powder for baking a delicious cake at the general store.
Chocolate-smelling, candy-tasting Empire coffee. Take it as a house beside the ocean.
Softest pillows and tastes of rainbows. Have sweet, nice candy at the general store. Cost a whole bag for just 95 cents.
Once upon a time, there were 3 goats. They lived in a little valley in the hills. One day, they saw a lot of grass to eat on the other side of the hill. So they decided to go there because they were very hungry.
We have to go there. The grass over there looks greener.
But to go there, they had to cross a wooden bridge under which an ugly troll lived.
Come on, let's go now.
Yes, but what about that big ugly troll that lives under the bridge? He will eat us as soon as we cross the bridge.
We have to find a way to cross that bridge.
I know, our little brother should go first.
Me? Why don't you go first?
Because you are the smallest and I have a plan.
You are right. I'll go first. So the little goat started to cross the bridge, but the steps on the wood woke up the troll. Who dares to go across my bridge? It's me, little Billy Goat Gruff. Then I will eat you. Oh no, please don't eat me. I'm too little. Wait for my big brother. He will be here soon. Wait for him, please. I will wait for him. Then you may go. Thank you. Soon a middle Billy Goat came over the bridge. The noise and the wooden bridge made the troll go up to the bridge. Who dares to go across my bridge?
It is me, Middle Billy Goat Gruff.
Oh yes, your brother told me about you. I was waiting for you. He was right. He was too small for me. Now I'm going to eat you. Oh, please don't eat me. My other brother's coming after me, and he is much bigger than me.
Really? Bigger than you? Then I'll wait for him. Soon the biggest billy goat Gruff came over the bridge. The noise he made in the wooden bridge made the troll go up to the bridge. Who dares to go across my bridge?
It's me, Big Billy Goat.
I was waiting for you. I am so hungry that you will be my supper now.
Oh, but we'll see that it will not be easy because I'm stronger than you.
So the big belly goat Gruff put his head down, hit the troll in the stomach, and threw him off the bridge. Ouch!
Not that many times.
The troll fell into the river and was never seen again.
Come, little birds, it's time to eat our delicious green grass.
The three billy goats Gruff finally tasted the sweet green grass they could only see from the other side of the hill, and they ate it until they were full.
Delicious.
Once upon a time, there were 4 little rabbits. Their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother in the sandbank underneath the root of a very big tree.
My dear sons, you may go into the fields or down the road, but don't go to Mr. Migrator's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. Migrator's new one along, and don't get into mischief. I am going now.
Then old Mrs. Rabbit took a basket and her umbrella to the baker's store.
This bread looks good. I'll buy it, and 5 currant buns.
Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, who were good little bunnies, went down the lane to gather blackberries.
I'll go straight down to Mr. McGregor's garden under the gate.
First he ate some lettuce, then some fresh beans, and then he ate some radishes.
Oh, I feel sick. I'll go look for some parsley.
But round the end of a cucumber frame, whom should he meet but Mr. McGregor?
I am about to finish planting out these young cabbages, but what's that? Hey you, come here, stop thief.
Peter was most dreadfully frightened. He rushed all over the garden, for he had forgotten the way back to the gate.
Oh no, I lost one of my shoes among the cabbages and the other shoe among the potatoes.
After losing them, he ran on 4 legs and went faster, but he unfortunately ran into the gooseberry net and got caught by his large buttons on his jacket. It was a blue jacket with brace buttons, quite new.
I give up myself.
And he shed big tears, but his sobs were overlaid by some friendly sparrows, who flew to him in great excitement, imploring him to exert himself. Mr. McGregor came up with his sieve, which he intended to pop upon the top of Peter, but Peter wriggled, and just in time, leaving his jacket behind him, and rushed into the tool shed and jumped into a can. It would have been a beautiful thing to hide in if there was no water in it. Mr. McGregor.
I am quite sure that you are hiding somewhere in the tool shed. I will turn over each flower pot until I find you.
Then Peter sneezed.
Achoo!
Mr. McGregor was after him in no time and tried to put his foot upon Peter, who jumped out of the window, upsetting 3 plants. The window was too small for Mr. McGregor, and he was tired of running after Peter. He went back to his work.
Uff, I'll sit down to rest.
He was out of breath and trembling with fright, and he had no at least idea which way to go. Also, he was very damped with sitting in a can. After a time, he began to wander about.
How lucky I am. I found the door in the wall. Oh, but it's locked. And there is no room for a little fat rabbit like me to squeeze underneath.
An old mouse was running in and out over the stone doorsteps, carrying peas and beans to her family in the wood.
Hey, little mouse, could you take me to the gate?
But she had such a large pea in her mouth that she could not answer. She only shook her head. Peter began to cry.
Oh, now what shall I do?
Then he tried to find his way straight across the garden, but he became more and more puzzled. Presently, he came to a pond where Mr. McGregor filled his water cans. A white cat was staring at some goldfish. She sat very, very still. Then a tip of her tail switched, as if it were alive. Peter thought it best to go away without speaking to her. He had heard about cats from his cousin little Benjamin Bunny.
I better go back towards the tool shed.
But suddenly he heard the noise of a shoe scratch, screech, scratch, screech, scratch. Peter scuttered underneath the bushes.
Oh, it's Mr. McGregor hoeing onions.
Mr. McGregor's back was turned towards Peter, and beyond him was the gate.
I have to get down very quietly off the wheelbarrow and start running as fast as I can.
Mr. McGregor caught sight of him at the corner, but Peter did not care. He slipped underneath the gate and was safe, at last, in the wood outside the garden.
He escaped! Now I will hang up the little jacket and the shoes for a scarecrow to frighten the blackbirds.
Peter never stopped running or looking behind him till he got home to the big fir tree.
I am so tired. I will rest on this nice soft sand on the floor of the rabbit hole and sleep for a while.
His mother was busy cooking.
I wonder where are Peter's clothes. This is the second jacket and pair of shoes that he has lost.
Peter was not very well during the evening.
I'll take you to bed. Drink this chamomile tea. You will feel better. They say that 1 tablespoon has to be taken at bedtime.
Thank you. It tastes good. I feel much better now.
We prefer bread and milk and blackberries for supper, Mother.
The end.
Once upon a time, there was a very beautiful blonde girl who lived in a village near the forest with her mother. One day, her grandmother gave her a very nice Red Riding Cloak, and that is why everybody in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day...
Did you call me Mother?
Yes, Little Red Riding Hood. Your grandmother is very sick. I want you to go and to her house and take her this little basket with some bread and honey.
Yes, Mother.
But don't stop
in the forest. And don't talk to strangers. Do as I say. And get there soon toward your grandmother's house.
Yes, Mother.
And Little Red Riding Hood went through the forest with the little basket for her grandmother, who lived in a nearby village. Along the way, she saw many beautiful flowers in the forest.
Oh, what a beautiful flowers. I will take some to my grandmother.
She left the little basket on the ground to pick some flowers, when suddenly...
Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood. Ha, 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 ha.
Good morning, Mr. Wolf.
Where are you going so early?
I am going to my grandmother's house to take her this little basket with some bread and honey.
Ha, 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 ha. And does your grandmother live far from here, Little Red Riding Hood?
Oh no, Mr. Wolf. She lives just across the forest in the forest little house in the village, the one with the white door.
Goodbye, Little Red Riding Hood. I hope she gets better. And look, do you see that road?
Goodbye, little. Yes, I do.
Just follow that road and you will get soon to your grandmother's house.
Oh, yes, I will. Thank you.
Goodbye. Ha, 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 ha.
And Little Red Riding Hood kept looking for flowers, disobeying her mother, who told her not to stop in the forest and to get soon to her grandmother's house. Meanwhile, the wolf knocked at Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's door.
Who's there? It's me, Grandmother, Little Red Riding Hood, and I brought you a basket with some bread and honey.
Come in, my little daughter. Push the door.
As soon as the wolf entered, he gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother. Then he put on a nightgown, jumped into bed, and waited for the little girl. A few minutes later, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at her grandmother's house. She knocked at the door.
Who's there?
Grandmother, it's me, your granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood. I came to bring a little basket with some bread and honey.
Come in, my little darling. Push the door.
Little Red Riding Hood entered the little house, and she went straight to her grandmother's room. And in the bed, there was the wolf dressed in her grandmother's clothes.
Come in, my little girl. Rest for a while.
Little Red Riding Hood sat in a chair, and she looked at her grandmother.
Oh, Grandmother, how large arms you have.
They are to hug you better, darling.
Oh, Grandmother, how big legs you have.
They are to run faster, sweetie.
Oh, how big ears you have, Grandmother.
They are to hear you better, honey.
And how big eyes you have.
They to see you better, Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, Grandmother, and why do you have those big teeth and that big mouth?
They are to eat you better, ha 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 ha.
And the wolf gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood. Then the wolf fell asleep. Meanwhile, Woodsman was passing by the little house when he saw the open door. He entered, looked for the old lady, and then he saw the wolf.
Oh, the wolf is sleeping, and he's so fat. I hope I am on time.
Then he took the wolf by the neck and made him spit out the poor grandmother and Little Red Riding Hood, who were still in one piece.
Oh, thank you, good wisdom.
This will be a lesson for you, Little Red Riding Hood. Now you will always listen to your mother. The end.
Buttons. Buttons, buttons, all kind of sizes. Big ones, small ones, black ones, all buttons. Only at Bell Dry Goods, 50% off. Buy one, get one free. There's even rubber buttons. 50 cents for 7 buttons. Special deal, 19 buttons for $1.50. Only for a limited time. Come in and get them now.
Candy. In the general store, there is lots of candy. Lots of them. $0.99 for 1 jar. Buy one, get one free.
Feather hats. It's really big feathers. It doesn't have germs on it. They're one-of-a-kind hats. They're on sale. $1.95 from $2.95. They come in all different colors. Hurry in to Bell's Dry Goods.
In Bell's Dry Goods, there is baby clothes here. There is even more than 5 kinds of clothes. They are handmade and they are very colorful. Your baby will love it. There is sweater, warm pants, and even booties. White, pink, blue, green. Color is up to you. You can choose whatever you want. These are knitted. There is a zigzag patterns and circle-shaped clothes. These are only 19 cents. Come and join us. In general store, there is many books you can read. There is books that boy can like. There is the Boy Scout, Tom Swift, and the Motor Boat for boys. Also for girls, there are Wing and Wing, Penelope, and the others. And there is The World of Ice and In the Desert. These are about adventures. I would like to read these books. How about you? If you like books, you will like it for sure.